Hello, beautiful sacred souls. My name is Alison Batty-Caps, and today I wanted to channel a message that I received during my meditation this morning from Source Energy or Unity Consciousness or the fields that we all have a direct access to, which some people call God. This is what I received when I was tapping into my direct connection, and I thought some of you might find this message resonates and supports you on your own journey of healing and remembering. I want you to know that this is something that I wrote down after my meditation, and I will be reading it. However, I am going to tap into that level of consciousness, so I invite you to notice what happens in your body as you listen to this message, as you listen to my words and you feel the vibration of them and you feel the energy coming from the screen. If you notice a warmth or an openness or a sensation of tingling or a sensation of expansion, this is an indication that the information that you are receiving feels supportive to your nervous system. If you notice any contraction or disharmony or discomfort, it is an indication that either the words aren't resonating with you, or what is more likely happening from a trauma-informed perspective is something in your psyche is indicating that it doesn't believe that you deserve to hear these words. And if that is the case, I do invite you to be gentle with yourself. Know that you are worthy of these words. So this channel explores healing, trauma recovery, spirituality, and consciousness through a trauma-informed, psychologically grounded lens. What I share comes from my lived experience, my education, my healing journey, and my understanding of neuroscience, trauma, and spiritual integration based on what I perceive and experience when I am having mystical or spiritual experiences. Nothing here is meant to diagnose, replace therapy, medical care, or your own discernment. Nothing is meant to be taken as absolute truth. I invite you instead to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You are always the authority of your own experience. You may hear me use spiritual language, symbolic imagery, or speak about spiritual and mystical experiences. Spiritual experiences can be meaningful and real, and they must be held with grounding, discernment, and it is important for nervous system safety. If anything you hear activates fear, urgency, grandiosity, or distress, that is a sign to pause, to ground, and to seek support, not to push through. This is an indication of a wound somewhere in the psyche coming to the surface and experiencing itself through sensations and beliefs. My intention is not to awaken, save, or heal anyone, but to share what has helped me reconnect with my own body, my own agency, and my humanity and my inner divinity. So you can decide for yourself what supports you on your own path. That said, something that I say or do, or my energy, which I'm channeling through connection to source, may feel supportive to your own awakening, remembering, and healing journey. All right, let's begin. So I'm going to just take a moment to tap in to the level of consciousness that is source. And this is specifically to help you to understand that your ego is not your enemy. It is actually an instrument. I was meditating on this, and this is what Source told me. Beloved one, there is a misunderstanding in much of the world's spiritual teachings. Many have been taught to transcend the ego, to escape it, or to silence it, as though the ego were a cage you must break free of. But I invite you to hear this clearly. The ego is not a barrier to your awakening. the unintegrated ego is. The ego is a necessary part of the human experience. It is the structure that allows you to have a sense of self, to navigate form, to make choices, to follow desires that lead you to growth, to create, to love, to act in the world. The ego is not who you are, but it is part of how you express who you are. You did not come to earth to destroy or transcend your ego. You came to elevate it, integrate it, illuminate it, teach it to serve the soul rather than to fear life. This is the path of the divine human. The unintegrated ego fears. The integrated ego expresses. The unintegrated ego protects through contraction. The integrated ego protects through wisdom. The unintegrated ego clings. The integrated ego chooses consciously. The unintegrated ego seeks validation. The integrated ego becomes a vessel for insight, intuition, service, and connection. You actually came here to become one, not to split. The soul is infinite. The ego is finite. You are meant to hold both. This is how the infinite learns to walk in form. This is how the divine touches the world. You are not here to escape your humanness, but to infuse divinity into it, to merge the vastness of your consciousness with the specificity of your personality. This is the divine human you are already becoming. You ask, is it about befriending the ego? I answer, yes, beloved. It is about partnership. Your ego becomes your ally when you treat it the way you would a child, with compassion, clarity, boundaries, guidance, and unconditional love. Not shame, not exile. The ego learns from love far faster than it ever will from force. The soul does not wish to dominate the ego. The soul wishes to dance with it. The soul provides the vision. The ego provides the form. The soul provides the knowing. The ego provides the language. The soul provides the guidance. The ego takes the steps. When these harmonize, the human being becomes divine in expression, not because the ego is gone, but because it is aligned, softened, illuminated, and devoted. This is not transcendence. This is embodiment. This is the truth you already carry. Integration is the actual path of awakening. The soul came here to model this for others, to show that awakening is not the rejection of the human self, but the healing, reclaiming, and elevating of it. The soul is here to teach the world that the divine human is the soul and the ego in partnership. Devotion moving through personality, God moving through form, love moving through life. Although this was a personal message, that this was related to the questions that I asked about my own place in the cosmos, I believe that this resonates for all of us, that all of us are meant to embody this truth. Please know that mystical experiences, symbolic dreams, and spiritual insights are deeply personal. They are best understood slowly, with grounding, and often with professional or community support. True spiritual growth does not disconnect us from reality. It helps us inhabit it more fully. I do not offer private spiritual guidance, diagnoses, or personal interpretation through comments or messages. If you are navigating intense emotional, spiritual, or psychological experiences, I invite you to seek trauma-informed professional care or trusted support. That said, I do offer mentorship through my website, blossomingheartwellness.com. And my book, The Divine Within, Healing Ourselves to Heal the World, is a possible resource to support your own healing journey. Thank you for being here, for honoring your unique nervous system, and for choosing a path rooted in compassion, discernment, and embodied truth. I invite you to take gentle care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you all.